pop R&B artist Jamela.
I picked Kelly. Love you, hate you. I don't know if I should leave you. Stay here, right here. Push you out, I let you back. Love you, hate you. I don't know if I should leave you. Stay here, right here. For your love and hate got me running.
Can we just handle this in the morning, please?
No, I think I want to handle this right now. You can give your time to the studio boy, but I think your man can get a few minutes. All right? Hey, don't walk away from me.
You're hurting me. Stop, please.
Get in the car.
Up and down this roller coaster, round and round in circles. We go trips around.
Yo, what up? We're back again.
Yo.
What's going on? It's the breakdown with the Clark brothers. West Clark here.
Evan Clark, what's going on, y'all?
What's going on, people? So we back for another edition of the breakdown. Yo,
Breakdown.
as you can see, we just showed a little promo for the new upcoming short film / video / public service announcement from the triple threat
Jamela. Check them
Doing
out.
her
Y'all
thing,
make sure
man.
y'all so go follow her, go support her.
Go
And,
support her at Jamela Sings on IG. I think she's Jamela Sings pretty much on everything.
Yeah,
That's what up.
A star in the making.
Yeah, she's doing her thing, man. We directed the video. She came down, and it was a good thing, man. It's just like it's for a good cause. We're going to we've already released a video before. The video you could catch it on the IE network, on right here on our YouTube. But the extended video is what we're going to release in October, which is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So we're going to release the extended video. It's 12 minutes long. It's a whole storyline, acting, and all that stuff going on. So it's very, very powerful message, very powerful project song. As you can already tell, the song is dope, and she's getting it in. She's blowing. So definitely
that's
go
what we want to tell people, man. If you or any artists out there that's trying to do, they got the music videos. Y'all got headshots, reels that you want to show to a bigger audience. Hit us up, man. You can get it on the IE network.
Yeah.
If you got a music video you want shot, that's the man right there to speak to, the director. You know, we don't just give you regular music videos. We give you video experiences. That's what everybody will be watching. That's what will separate your video from everyone else's. It'll be a music vision experience.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one thing that we try to pride ourselves in being. That could kind of be our niche as far as music videos go. Because truth be told, I don't do music. I don't really do music videos because they're too. How do I say this without sounding like a jerk? But a lot of times artists, they don't think out of the box. They think too narrowly, not broadly. So, I always want to tell a story. Music videos, the way they used to be. I grew up watching music videos. They told a story. They always had a story. They really told a story. They didn't just. You're not sitting in a club throwing bands at a strip. In a strip club.
Right.
And that's entertaining to the eye. But it's been done a gazillion times, and people still want to do it. It's amazing how people still want to do it. So, anyhow, just like my brother said, man, you want a video that's gonna stand out. You know what I'm saying? You get a little experience, maybe do a little acting in it. You know what I mean? There you go to death row. No, right now. There you go. Come to Born to Shine. Yeah, come to IE Network Born to Shine. So what up? So today we're going to we're gonna break down a topic that we've been talking about for a while. A lot of people have been getting at me on this because I've been saying this for years, and you can attest to that. I've been making this statement for years,
and people been hating you for years.
Been hating on me for it. And then this was years before Kanye West even said it. Then Kanye West came on television. Came on the radio or something like that, and he said it as well. He called Kim Kardashian the modern day Marilyn Monroe. He said Kim's a new Marilyn Monroe. I said this for the longest.
Kate Upton ain't no Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Kate Upton ain't no. Kate Upton isn't. He's right about that. I have to say this. He's right about that. Kate Upton nowhere near Marilyn Monroe as far as even anything, sex symbol, sexiness. Marilyn Monroe was that person that you think of. Unfortunately, you think of when you think of sexy. You think of Marilyn Monroe when it came to Hollywood. As a matter of fact, Alfred Hitchcock quoted once. Alfred Hitchcock said that she has sex all over her face. That's exactly what he said. She has sex written all over her on her face. This is what Alfred Hitchcock said about Marilyn Monroe. That's a quote you can go check out and research that. But the whole thing is Marilyn Monroe is always been like I said, when you think of sex symbol Hollywood, you think of her, right? Kim Kardashian has been, and I said this it's probably going on 10 years now that I said this. I said Kim Kardashian has become the new or the modern age Marilyn Monroe. And the reasons why, we'll break down the reasons why today. But a lot of them, have to do with their similarities. They're more similar than what people know. They're more similar than what people think. So that's one thing. Another thing is the impact that Marilyn Monroe had on the look of Hollywood going forward. The impact she had is in comparison with Kim's impact. Kim has an impact as far as the bottom line is, the look. You want to know if you have any idea, or if you don't have any idea, the impact of Kim Kardashian. I'll give you two things to do. If you live in New York City or anywhere in the tri-state area, just take the train. Take the train. Look at every woman in every car. You'll find at least one woman that kind of resembles or wears whether it's wear their hair or wear their anything like Kim Kardashian. So or go on one of the most sites right now, one of the most popular clothing sites is the what's it called again? You know what I'm saying? Fashion Nova. If you go on Fashion Nova, right, and this is just two quick little things, and then we'll go into more stuff. But if you go into Fashion Nova, you will see pretty much everybody on there looks like Kim Kardashian.
Everybody that isn't black.
Yeah, that isn't black.
Everybody that isn't black.
They look like Kim Kardashian.
Look like Kim Kardashian. It's kind of like how I said about all of the new female rappers. They all have been bred to look. They've all been made to look like Nicki Minaj. Like all of the new female rappers.
They all kind of look the same.
The Dream Dolls. They're all made up like Nicki. They're built like Nicki.
Yeah.
Their face, their hair, the different hair colors, all of that is built after Nicki. Mm-hmm. So Kim Kardashian and even Lisa Ray made this comment. when she was trying to diss Kim Kardashian, saying Kim Kardashian is responsible for all of the women believing that this is how they should be built.
Yeah.
So that's impact. That's impact, because if she can make all of the girls or whatever believe that that's how they should be built, then that's impact.
Yeah.
It's like Marilyn Monroe made everybody believe that all the most beautiful women had to be blonde hair and blue eyes.
Yeah.
So,
And Marilyn Monroe, there's certain measurements. I don't know the measurements off the top of my head, but there were certain measurements that Marilyn Monroe used and wore that every single Hollywood actress coming behind her that wanted to be considered a sex symbol, they conform to those measurements as far as that goes. Now, like I said, Kim Kardashian has completely changed and evolved the look of what these sex symbols, look like, because like we said, we had the blonde bombshells, and there was a lot of other blonde bombshells that came after Marilyn Monroe. But the point is, that was the thing. Brunettes were not considered. There were very few brunettes. You could still go. You would maybe say like Raquel Welch.
I want to cut you off. That distortion. That distortion's happening.
Yeah. Very, very. Hello. All right. Can you hear me?
It stopped now.
Very few.
Now it's going to get. It's even worse.
It's even worse. Wow. What's wrong with this thing? It's my microphone tripping. Wait up.
Now I don't hear
it. Okay, let's try this again. Somebody don't want me to say this. It's very few brunettes that you can go back to, maybe Raquel Welch. You know what I mean? Like, there's very few brunettes that were ever even considered in America's sex symbols list, right? There's a few of them, but there's not many. Raquel Welch is one of them. You can go down the list, maybe who, like or maybe old girl from Elizabeth Taylor,
right.
Those type of people.
Yeah, Elizabeth Taylor and I guess you consider Jacqueline Smith was never really on that level.
Yeah.
But you're talking more like Raquel Welch was on that level.
Yeah, Nikita just mentioned Liz Taylor. We just said Liz Taylor. That's right.
Liz Taylor. Maybe like Sophia Loren.
Yep, Sophia Loren. She's definitely one.
They got to that level, but none of them had the impact of Marilyn Monroe, and then to this level, Kim Kardashian. I think the closest blonde that may have had that impact of Marilyn Monroe was probably Farrah Fawcett.
Farrah Fawcett, probably. Farrah Fawcett.
Now she had a big impact. Now, let's not forget, as far as the sexuality part goes to it, Madonna had a huge impact. Now, so Madonna just wasn't as pretty as Marilyn Monroe.
Right.
She's not pretty as Marilyn Monroe. But as far as her impact goes,
she did.
Madonna had a huge impact on sexuality.
Maybe even
on how females looked.
Dare I say, as far as an impact on like regular people, it was bigger than Marilyn Monroe's, because Marilyn Monroe's impact was more so on Hollywood and people of some sort of stardom. They wanted to be like Marilyn. Because to be honest with you, as we already know, just like another comparison, just like Kim Kardashian, Marilyn Monroe was not, she was liked by women. She was loved by women. But, the modern day regular woman didn't like Marilyn Monroe. You know what I'm saying? So, because all their husbands wanted to be with Marilyn Monroe. So, as far as like, they didn't go around trying to look like Marilyn Monroe, like a regular person that's not in the business, in the entertainment business. Whereas Madonna had an impact on her fans so big that regular people were going around changing their style and looking like Madonna, trying to look like Madonna and stuff like that. So And Madonna was influenced by Marilyn Monroe. So it's so many people you could take that were influenced from Marilyn. And that's why her impact is so huge. And she's, but she's always been known for one real thing. She hasn't been known for her acting. She hasn't been known for her singing. She has been known for her sexuality. Period. So the first 10 minutes, we've already gave you a bunch of things why, but we'll get back to that. We'll talk about the other topics first.
Correct.
We'll get back to that. But we've already set the stage as why Kim Kardashian. If you don't think Kim Kardashian is, then who is? Who is?
Right. Because everybody has a new somebody.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
All the comparisons say Kim Kardashian, Marilyn Monroe, and people. Oh, this is the one thing that kills me. And let's just nip this in the bud. Stop saying Marilyn Monroe had talent. No, she didn't.
No,
she has no more talent than Kim Kardashian has.
Marilyn Monroe, another comparison. Marilyn Monroe's talent is the same exact talent that Kim Kardashian has. She had the talent to never let you forget her. She had the talent to make you talk about her. And whether it was good, bad, or in between, you talked about her. That was her talent. And Marilyn Monroe also was smarter than what people gave her credit for, because she knew how to play off of the desires of men. She knew how to manipulate. She knew how to, is a saying I used to say, she knew how to work her woman. She knew how to work her woman. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how she got where she is. Kim Kardashian is no different. Kim Kardashian is smarter than what people give her credit for, because I'm sorry, a dumb person doesn't help build this empire. Yes, we all talk about Chris. Yes, we know Chris is behind the scenes. She's the wizard behind the curtain. But Chris is the one
manager.
Who put it all
I always say Chris is the manager. She gotta have something to manage.
She gotta have something to manage. Exactly. if Chris is Phil Jackson, she needs a Jordan or a Kobe, right? You know what I'm saying? If she's the czar of all of this, someone's got to be Kobe or Jordan. Or Shaq, and there you go. So that's where we go. We'll touch on a couple other things that I'll bring up later, but we'll get to the quicker topics first. First of all, okay. In other news, Bobby, you're lying. Okay, next topic.
and if, in case you don't know what we're talking about, Bobby Brown, if you could find the screen, if you could find, I don't know whether you want to find that and share the screen in case people missed it, or Bobby Brown recently came out and said that he taught Michael Jackson the moonwalk. He was on a show with Fat Joe, on Fat Joe's show. Shout out to Fat Joe, getting the king of stage on, Bobby Brown. Yeah. And Bobby said that he taught Michael Jackson how to moonwalk. Now, people that were born, in the 90s and the 2000s, they may hear this and be like, oh, wow, Bobby taught Michael how to moonwalk. But people that know the history of Michael Jackson and that 25th anniversary know and have heard a totally different story, and have been shown a totally different story. We, the old heads of the game, we've known to this day of a man named Jeffrey Daniels from an old school group called Shalimar.
Yeah.
We've been told by Michael and his siblings that Jeffrey Daniels taught Michael Jackson the moonwalk way back in the 80s.
Yeah.
In the early 80s, before Bobby Brown even came out with New Edition.
Yeah. New Edition came out in the late and early. Candy Girl dropped in 83. Like early 83, Candy Girl dropped. I want to say March or February, March of something like that of 83. Okay.
Right.
Michael Jackson did the moonwalk for the first time on television late in '83 on Motown 25th.
On the Motown 25th anniversary. If anybody has not seen that, shame on you. I don't care what age
Yeah,
you are.
I ain't even gonna show that. You should know that. You should be able to replay that in your mind.
Right.
Like,
So if you have not seen that, shame on you. So,
yeah. So
but
now
the
Jeffrey
Motown 25
Daniel,
special.
yeah, that was when Michael Jackson first did the movie. Now here's the deal. This is just to put y'all up on game. Jeffrey Daniel, like he mentioned, is from the group Shalimar. He's one of the founding members of the group Shalimar. All right. He started off as a street dancer, and then he was dancing on Soul Train. He always did his dancing on Soul Train. All right. Boom. So we knew that. Then they formed the group Shalimar. Now, Jeffrey Daniel, there's another show that was in the across overseas in the British show. It was called Top of the Pops. So it was like the British version of like Soul Train or American Bandstand, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Top of the Pops, the biggest British show out there. Jeffrey Daniel was on there dancing, right? He was filling in for somebody and he danced a routine to their own song, Make This a Night to Remember, Shalimar. And he did this routine of dancing, and he did what actually is called the backslide. It's not called the moonwalk. The actual name of the dance is the backslide. So he did it on TV, and everybody lost their minds. They lost their minds so much that the show Top of the Pops, they were getting letters written in. They flew Jeffrey Daniels back overseas to do another performance of dancing. They're like, you got to do that thing again where you slide across the floor. And he did. Again, he did another different routine. So this is where how the story originally goes. This is where Michael Jackson saw him, because Michael Jackson, as we all know, he was a student of this game too.
Right.
He would watch anyone and everyone, because that's how he made himself better. You know what I'm saying? So he saw Jeffrey Daniel doing what would be the moonwalk on TV, and immediately he needed to meet Jeffrey Daniels, and he hired Jeffrey Daniel to teach him the backslide, and he debuted it at Motown 25 with Jeffrey Daniel in the audience amongst other people. And then he went on also later to hire Jeffrey Daniels to choreograph for him, because Jeffrey Daniels choreographed or co-choreographed the Bad video. And he went on tour with Michael. So he worked for Michael. So that this is a story that you would think, okay, this makes more sense. Right. And Bobby ain't the first one to say that he's done that. There's other people that's come out and said, yeah, I'm the one who he learned the moonwalk from. No.
I also seen funny backstory too to Jeffrey Daniels for everybody since that know the blog and likes the tea. Funny backstory is Michael Jackson, as everyone knows, first real girlfriend was Stephanie Mills. Jeffrey Daniels later ended up marrying Stephanie Mills. So that's another funny backstory to that. Jeffrey Daniels ended up marrying Stephanie Mills, who was Michael Jackson's very first girlfriend. So that's another funny part to that. Another thing that you said, other people saying they taught him. It's funny because a partner of mine said, Bobby lying. He didn't teach Michael the moonwalk. Boogaloo Shrimp taught Michael the moonwalk. So you see how it's a lot of people's name. He said because Boogaloo Shrimp from the movie Breaking ended up, he said that he choreographed the Motown 25 special. Now, I trust my partner, but I got to confirm that. No disrespect, if you're listening. But I got to confirm that he did that. But he knows Boogaloo Shrimp as the teacher of Michael Jackson, the moonwalk. So, but again, Jeffrey Daniels was around before Boogaloo Shrimp. And before that, Motown 25 special. I believe he may have choreographed some of it, but Michael probably threw that backslide in there. You know, that
Yeah,
was probably
but
his own thing.
yeah,
That he
and here's
uncovered that.
the thing with that. And now, no doubt, Boogaloo Shrimp knows how to do the backslide. That's for
Right.
sure, because he's
Correct.
a street dancer. All street dancers knew how to do it. So let me see if I'm gonna see if I could cue up this Bobby Brown thing real quick, because yeah, I don't even know why I'm giving it this much attention, but it just was a little weird to me that Bob. Now but I do have a theory that I'll bring after we watch it. If you see if we can let's see if you hear it.
A theory to get Bobby out of this mess he done got himself into. Can't hear him.
You can't hear him. You can't hear him at all.
No, can't hear him. I see him, but you can't hear him.
Here we go again. Not that stuff again. Gee
Gotta
whiz.
click where it says hear the audio.
Okay. Give me a second then. Let me
When you go to share the screen, you gotta click the thing that says share audio.
Okay. Oh yeah, share audio. Follow these steps. Okay, let me see here. I don't know why this keeps getting freaking messed up.
And then of course share Chrome tab.
Share Chrome tab, right? Yeah, I don't. It doesn't say anything about. Okay, share audio. There we go. Gotcha. Let's hear it. Let's try it again. Let's try it one more time. One more time. See if you can hear something first. You hear him?
No. Make sure the microphone on the actual YouTube isn't like X'd out.
Mm-hmm.
So I see his mouth moving.
Yeah, we all see his mouth moving. All right. Well, as I work out those technical difficulties, we pretty much know what he said, but I'll bring it back up. What he said in the beginning is because Fat Joe kind of asked him, you know, you growing up, you were kind of like Michael Jackson to me. You guys are like the Jacksons to me. He said, you were kind of like Michael Jackson to me. You got any Michael Jackson stories? And Bobby said, yeah, I remember when he invited us out to his house. He said, I just came back from, I think he said Alabama, something like that. Maybe it was on tour. He said, I just learned the moonwalk. He said, the real moonwalk. Right? So that was that key word, the real moonwalk, right? Mm-hmm. And then that's when he goes into, you know, he showed Michael. And then that's when Fat Joe's like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me, are you insinuating that you taught Michael Jackson the moonwalk? And he's like, I ain't insinuating nothing. I showed him.
Right.
So, Bobby's funny.
That's Bobby something else. Boy.
Bobby gangster, boy. But he said, I'm not insinuating nothing. I'm telling you.
That distortion thing is back again, by the way. So you're gonna gradually figure out what causes that, and then you'll be able to nip it in the bud.
Yeah, it's gotta be probably the wire. Can you hear me now? Is
Still
it gone?
doing it. No. When you talk, it does it.
Lord have mercy. I'm gonna have to switch microphones or something. Hold up. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I have to switch mics on here. All right. Let's see. See if you can hear anything. Can you hear him now?
No.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. So anyway, let's keep going. We're not gonna let technical difficulties slow us down. But
right.
Yeah, so basically that's what he says. He said that he taught him, and then Fat Joe's like, "Oh my God," going crazy.
Messy,
And,
sloppy Joe.
Sloppy Joe,
because he's messy.
Funny. Yeah, that's hilarious. That is the funniest name I've ever heard. Sloppy Joe, old Sloppy Joe. Let's see. Okay, let's see if we make sure this here. All right, now let me see if you hear it. I hit share audio, and if it don't work now, then...
there you go.
All right, cool. So let's play it back. Sorry about that, folks. Here we go.
Oh man, of course.
All right, right here.
Bobby, let me ask you something. When I grew up, you were like Michael Jackson to me. Do you have any Michael Jackson stories with you?
Oh man, of course. I remember he invited us over to his house at one point when we first started out, and I had just came from Alabama learning how to do the moonwalk, the real moonwalk, where you put the sand on the ground and you do it from the sand on the ground. It was like soft shoe. And Michael asked me show him how to moonwalk. This true story. You can ask Michael Bivins, you can ask Ronnie DeVoe, Ricky Bell, of Tresvant.
Wait a minute.
Johnny wasn't there yet.
Wait a minute.
Here he is. Here it goes, Sloppy Joe at his best.
We have a Joker moment, maybe the biggest Joker moment ever. Are you insinuating that you taught Michael Jackson how to moonwalk?
I'm not insinuating. I'm letting you know that this is what happened. This is how the moonwalk was formed for Michael Jackson.
Bobby, you taught Michael how to moonwalk?
Sloppy Joe.
But I taught him how to do it.
Oh, lordy. Okay, that's all we need to see. That's all I need to see.
So Bobby says he talking about more. Now, if you go further down into that clip, when people are sitting there, when old heads are sitting there saying, Bobby lying. Jeffrey Daniels taught him the moonwalk. I'm sure Jeffrey Daniels said, here goes somebody else trying to steal my credit for teaching Michael the moonwalk. But there's a good reason why he said, and Wes will explain it to you, the good reason why he said the real moonwalk. Because what Michael was doing on Motown 25 special was technically not the moonwalk.
Right. Yeah, the moonwalk. So Jeffrey Daniels, I'm gonna try to find the clip with Jeffrey Daniels. He actually explained it as well. Once again, Jeffrey Daniels, a street dancer, became Soul Train dancer, so he knows the moonwalk was actually a different name for a different dance. Okay, so actually, we said what Michael went on and was dubbed the moonwalk was what was called the backslide. Now Bobby's a street dancer too, so if Bobby should know that it's called the backslide. Number one, he should know that because he's a street dancer himself. He should know that it was called the backslide. Right. All of the break dancers called it the backslide. And Bobby said in that clip, I was a break dancer. Yeah, he said in that clip too, I was a break dancer. We know he was a break dancer. It was called the backslide. So the moonwalk, as Jeffrey Daniel explains, was it was similar but not the same. Kind of like you've seen Michael do it before, where he's kind of like going in a circle, doing like the like how he's not sliding backwards, but he's sliding around in a circle slowly, like you're walking on the moon. That's why it's called the moonwalk. That's what it was called, the moonwalk. So that is a different type. So now I don't know if that's what Bobby meant, but this is the only way to me he could kind of get out of this, because now people are gonna want him to produce some proof, because Jeffrey Daniels has got people vouching for him, including Michael Jackson's siblings. you know, vouching for him. And Jeffrey Daniels, like I said, that show Top of the Pops, that aired in 82 before New Edition even came out.
Right. So
that aired in 82. So
Bobby Brown said to ask Mike Bivens, and we know they're his boys. And even if Bobby didn't teach Michael the moonwalk, his boys ain't gonna oust him. So can we take that as legitimate proof?
No.
If we asked Bivens and he echoed the story and said he definitely taught him moonwalk. Because of Michael's status, I don't think Mike Bivens would lie. I don't think Mike Bivens would cover for him. Ralph, depending on him and Ralph's relationship right now, which from what I hear is not very good. So if you ask Ralph and he says no, Bobby lying, you really couldn't take that. You got to take that half full too, because they're not on good terms.
Mm-hmm.
But Michael Bivens, I don't think, in the name of Michael Jackson, I don't think he would lie for or against Bobby. I think Michael Bivens might be a person that you can ask and take what he says serious.
Let me pose this question. Could it be possible, and I'm just grasping at straws here, I'm trying to make Bobby not look like a liar. Could it be possible? Here's the first scenario. Can it be possible that when he's referring to the moonwalk, that he's referring to the actual dance, the moonwalk, because he said the real moonwalk, right? I just gotta feel like I kind of feel like with Bobby knowing what he knows and is good, being a street dancer, I would have thought he would have said, I learned how to do the moonwalk, but it was actually called the backslide. Then it was called, you see what I'm saying? Like, I kind of feel like, because Jeffrey Daniels did it, he said the same thing. He's like, yeah, it's actually called the backslide, but they started calling the moonwalk after Michael did it. And I think I found a clip with him talking that I'm gonna put on, but
okay.
Or do you think it's possible? This is really grasping at straws. Do you think it's possible that Michael just, like he learned how to moonwalk and he just showed Michael, even if it was the backslide, he just showed Michael. But does that mean he taught Michael just because he showed him? And now he says that Michael asked him to teach him. So that's the part.
To me, that's he don't know how to do it.
Yeah. And I mean, just think about the timeline here. Okay. Candy Girl dropped in 83, like March of 83. They would have had to have been on tour. Michael Jackson wouldn't have invited them to their house unless they were already out, number one. Mm-hmm. So that means they would have had to already been out. Okay. They were on tour. Why else would he be in Alabama learning how to do the moonwalk? They were probably on tour or something like that. He probably got with some dancers.
Right.
Still, think about the timeline of how much time it takes. So you go out on tour for Candy Girl. Remember, later that year, the Motown 25 came on. So it's like it's a very small little window for Michael Jackson to learn the moonwalk. Not that Michael Jackson would have trouble learning anything, but you know what I'm saying. It just seems very Bobby, crunch time. You know what I mean? So, like I would have seen Fat Joe don't give a shit. Fat Joe is not.
Fat Joe just wants tea.
Right. He's not used to interviewing. The proper question would have been, when was this, Bobby? That's the first thing he said.
Right.
When did this happen? That would be the first question.
Which Bobby probably wouldn't remember because he don't remember a lot of stuff. But
right,
my thing is, a little side question. So you learned, it's like got nothing to do with it, but so you learned the moonwalk in Alabama? The street, so like all of the street dances and stuff was mainly New York back then and some Cali. So you first saw the moonwalk in Alabama? I don't know about that, Bob.
I mean, the moonwalk. I mean, the breakdancers was doing it all over the globe. So because
They were, but
Jeffrey Daniels from the
83,
West Coast. Jeffrey Daniels from the West Coast.
Cali and New York
Cali
was
and them was doing
mainly
it.
breakdancing.
Yeah,
But I guess you could say it was all over. But
yeah.
Alabama,
So
the great
yeah,
dancing state of Alabama. I mean,
yeah, that's
I'm not going to say
hilarious.
it's impossible. I just don't think of groundbreaking dances. I don't think of Alabama when that
No,
comes up, but
no,
it's possible.
it's possible. Let me see if Jeffrey Daniel mentions the backslide in here.
Now I can't hear him.
You can't hear that at all?
I can't hear him talking.
Oh, you waited a long time to tell me that. It was so far into the clip, but you didn't hear him talking. All right, let me reshare it. Doo-doo. I don't know why these settings keep going away. It should just stay that way. All right, you should hear it now. So he's just talking about how he taught Michael, where he was teaching Michael.
Because of my performance on Top of the Pops, somebody else was watching me. So Michael actually wanted to learn a lot, all of the dancing. He wanted to learn popping, he wanted to learn waving, ticking. And of course, after we taught Michael Jackson the backslide, so he names it the moonwalk. And once again, he waited for the breakdown. When he did it on the Motown 25th, that was 1983. And that's the first time he did it. And I was in the audience and I was watching. So it was the beginning of this new dance revolution, which was going on with the graffiti artists, which was going on with the DJs scratching and breakbeat and everything. That was the groundwork, which is now called hip hop.
So basically, he
Boy,
says
that
in there,
Michael was a bad boy.
well, he was, yeah.
I still remember that, man.
I remember
wow.
watching. I remember we were watching it at home.
Yep.
I mean, we were watching it live when it was on TV. Yeah, that was something else, boy. Well, see, the thing is, like I said, Jeffrey Daniels just basically said,
broke it down. He did say the backslide.
He said the backslide. So we taught him the backslide, and then he named it the moonwalk. Now, there's another clip that I'm gonna look for as we go on that I could try to find. Because I remember seeing him in a clip saying Michael named it the moonwalk, which is actually the name of a different dance. He said that. He said, and he said the moonwalk is when you kind of go in a circle, slow motion, and you're moving around in a circle. He said because it's supposed to give the illusion like you're walking on the moon.
On the moon.
Obviously, it's called
which Michael incorporated into his live show. And if you look at the live version of Billie Jean, the long version, he does the moonwalk in that.
Yes, he does.
Where he's going around in a circle, and if you go back and watch a video of New Edition called "She Gives Me a Bang," Bobby Brown, I believe, was doing that dance in that video. I think.
Might have been. I
have to replay it again, but I believe Bobby was doing that and She Gives Me a Bang. Now, if you can find that and get to that dance breakdown, of showing Bobby,
Yeah.
I believe he may have done it.
He may have. I'm trying to see if I
May.
can find it where he's. I have the video here, but I'm trying to see. They're out in the street doing their thing, and I'm trying
They're
to
doing
see.
all their breakdancing out in the street, which to
Yeah.
me is the best the best
One of the
video
best
to me
videos.
that showed that all of New Edition got busy.
Could dance. Yeah, they all could dance. They could all dance.
That's what showed me, like, you know what? These dudes can really dance.
Yeah, they all could dance. Ralph, that's a whole nother breakdown show about Ralph being the best.
Yeah.
Ralph
And
being
we'll
the
get to
best
that another
frontman
time
in the world.
about Ralph Tresvant being the best. That's a future show about Ralph Tresvant being the best lead man ever in the boy band. But that's neither here nor there.
Ralph stopping traffic doing moonwalk. Or backslide, whatever you want to call it back then. At that point, It was called the moonwalk. I'm trying to see if they show them doing anything like spinning around. I don't really see them doing it. I'm just skipping through it. So, but yeah. But regardless of the fact, so
That distortion thing is back again. That distortion thing is back.
Oh my Lord have mercy. Let me switch this microphone up because this is killing me right now.
It's like it comes back every now and then, like, hey, don't forget about me.
Don't forget about
mess
me.
up your show.
I'm back again. Let me just see. Let me switch the mic out.
Guess that Mike don't want nobody to think that Kim Kardashian is the new Marilyn Monroe either. Marilyn Monroe just got all sorts of people trying to mess up the video. I can't hear you at all right now. I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you at all. So while he gets the microphone up and running, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the IE Network. Everybody, for all the heavy hitters, thank y'all for coming through.
Yeah.
Y'all already know the deal with the mask. Well, I have the mask on. Hopefully, all that be situated once I'm done with all of the procedures. But
yeah,
I'm
you can hear
still
me
here.
now, right?
I'm still here for y'all. Yeah, I hear you now. I'm still here for y'all, like Kanye when he did Through the Wire. So, but yeah, you're back now.
I just hit the scissor. Yeah, okay. So anyway, put that on my grocery list. I don't need a new mic. I need a new mic cord. But anyway. So bottom line is, Bobby Brown is, we know Bobby Brown knows the backslide. We know he knows the moonwalk or whatever else you want to say he knows. So does Ralph, but I don't understand why it just certain things when you think about people, personalities and stuff. If it I don't know, it makes me feel like Bobby Brown would have said this a long time ago. Given his personality.
Bobby should have came out and said when Jeffrey Daniels came out.
Yeah.
Bobby should have been like, yeah, you may have taught him the backslide, but I taught him the moonwalk. It's like, why does Bobby wait until now.
Yeah.
He sure enough didn't wait to put out that he smashed Jackson. Even before his story. So what you wait? I showed him the moonwalk. I would think that would have been something he been would have put out. Now, like I said, maybe your theory is correct. Maybe Michael taught him, maybe Jeffrey taught him the backslide and Michael taught him the moonwalk.
And Bobby taught him the moonwalk.
I mean, Bobby taught him the moonwalk. Maybe that's it. But that's Bobby's only way out. Yeah. Other than that, he's just lying.
You gotta come with some serious receipts. And I'm not talking about your childhood buddies. That's not a receipt, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Your child, and I know you say you think Michael Bivins won't lie for him, but your childhood buddies is not a receipt. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, you got to come with something else.
You got Michael's siblings coming saying that Jeffrey Daniels.
Yeah, Michael's siblings said that Jeffrey Daniels taught him how to moonwalk. Taught him to moonwalk. So, no one ever mentioned Bobby Brown when it comes to that.
First time I've heard Bobby's name.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I just feels like
Fred Astaire's name before Bobby Brown.
I've heard Stoney Jackson.
Yeah.
Lying, but I heard Stoney Jackson. But he, Stoney Jackson,
the actor. Yeah. What? He an actor?
Stoney. I don't know. Stoney Jackson or whatever his name was. It was Cooley Jackson. I'm sorry, Stoney Jackson's the actor.
Oh, okay.
But he knew how to do the backslide too.
Dad used to love Stoney Jackson.
Isn't he the one? But isn't Stoney Jackson the one who was in I Could Dream About You? He know how to do the backslide. He did it all through that video. Isn't that him?
Was that Stoney Jackson, the actor, in that video?
I don't know. I think that was him. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting his name mixed up. But the dude, I think the dude that was in that video, his name was Stoney Jackson.
But I'm trying to think back to the Right On days. I think Stoney Jackson did know how to dance.
Yeah, that's probably him.
You might be right about that.
Because I Could Dream About You. Spoiler alert for people who may not know. This is for people of certain ages anyway. That was a song that had a black group singing. A dude had the shades on, and it was for that movie. I think Streets of Fire. Damn, I'm old. Yeah. But anyway, it was Streets of Fire, and it's actually not them singing. It's actually a white guy singing that song. Blew my mind for the first time when I first saw that. I was like, wait a minute. The actual guy who sang the song, I Can Dream About You. It was dope song. But the actual guy who sang it, the white guy. But in the video, it's a piece of the movie. Characters from the movie are watching these people on stage dancing, and it's a group. So Dan Hartman is the guy who actually sung the song. But anyway, Stoney Jackson was the guy who was the lead. So he is an actor. So it's very, very, being that he is an actor.
Yeah, I do remember him because I think he was on Soul Train a couple of times. I think he was a dancer.
Yeah. So I mean, he didn't claim he taught Michael the moonwalk. There's another guy named Cooley Jackson, jerk, who taught him the moonwalk. Who said he taught him the moonwalk? Now Cooley Jackson was a dancer back in the Shalimar days too. On Soul, he was a Soul Train dancer, right? So
I'm not giving you Cooley Jackson. I'm sorry. Cooley Jackson ain't teach no Michael the Jackson no moonwalk.
You did not teach Michael the Jackson the moonwalk. Well, look at this, real quick. That's him. That's Stoney Jackson, right?
Yeah, I think that's Stoney Jackson.
There you go. He know how to do it. He pulling them too.
But that, of course, was after the Motown 25 special.
That was
After the Motown 25 special.
I think so, because Streets of Fire came out.
Because I remember seeing it, I was like, he does like Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Side note, I don't have a shot of him here. There you go. Side note, look who that is in this video. So this video is full of actors.
Robert Townsend.
Robert Townsend.
And that's probably where he got the 5 heartbeats.
Yes. No, I'm gonna tell you. That's where I'll tell you a quick story. So I met Robert Townsend at the American Black Film Festival. Right. I told him the 5 Heartbeats is one of my favorite films. And then I asked him, what was the inspiration for it? I said, I know they used the Dells. He said, well, the Dells was a slight, like what's the word? It's an inspiration, but it was like loosely based on the Dells. Yeah. He said, but I was in a video years ago called I Can Dream About You. He was like, in that group, it was a fictional group. He said that kind of gave me the idea. I'm giving you an exclusive right now. Robert Townsend told me, and I got receipts. I'll show you the picture I took with Robert Townsend. I ain't like Bobby and just coming out of nowhere and saying it. I got receipts. So
we keep receipts. That's how I always try to tell people. Yeah, you can never ever disagree with the stuff that we say because we got the pictures to back it up and the video.
Pictures. I mean, you can if you watch any of the stuff we posted on the IE network, Block TV. You see Robert Townsend giving us a drop and stuff like that. That was the second time I had saw him. But yeah, I met him at the American Black Film Festival. Talked with him for about an hour and a half. This guy was he could talk. It was good. And he was giving me pointers on how to do casting and stuff like that. And that's what he told us. So I just showed y'all. I just gave y'all an exclusive. Robert Townsend from the video I Can Dream About You. That's where he got the little idea to do the video, the movie, the 5 Heartbeats. That was just a side note.
So 10 years from now, when Bobby's on another show saying he gave Robert Townsend the idea of 5 Heartbeats, you'll know that he's lying again.
You know he's lying. You'll know he's lying again. Nah, bro. Yeah, he'll be like, yeah, I gave the 5 Heartbeats. I gave him that idea, the 5 Heartbeats. That was based on New Edition. That's what he'd say. The 5 Heartbeats was based off a New Edition.
New Edition.
Nah, Bob. And I love me some Bobby Brown. I love Bobby Brown. But I can't rock with him on this. That's why I'm trying to find outs for him. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise,
I know. Really quickly before we move on, I know you don't really get into it as much as I do, but a few people wanted me and you to address the way Bobby Brown is looking nowadays. A lot of people, not just a couple, I mean a lot, believe that is not Bobby Brown. If you want, I know you don't get into it as much. I want you to touch on that a little bit. A lot of people are saying that when the sister came out and said he got hit by the car, and she tried to expose that fact that they were trying to kill her brother. A lot of people believe they switched out Bobby's because his teeth don't got the gap no more. And they're saying the way he's looking in the face. What's your thought on things like that? Did you see a difference with Bobby talking to Fat Joe? And then I'll give you my take on it really quick.
No, I mean he looks a little heavier. That's about it to me. I mean we saw Bobby in Jacksonville a year and a half ago. That was definitely Bobby Brown. Right. You know,
That
when
was
we
definitely
saw him,
him.
we still shook his hand, blah blah blah. Yo, Bobby.
And a lot of people also brought up the fact that Bobby, since everyone has said that's a different Bobby, Bobby has not performed with New Edition since that day. So I've not performed with
BBD.
Velvet DeVoe. Since that day, the sister came out and said he got hit by the car. People saying that he has not performed with them since then. And when they were on a tour, and all of a sudden Bobby just did not perform since then. Now, I believe, like I said, I love a good conspiracy theory. But in order for a conspiracy theory to have any legs, it has to make the slightest bit of sense. Now, Bobby is 51 years of age. And he has not really been relevant in the music business as far as a solo artist or as far as, you know, in a long time.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any of Whitney Houston's estate.
Money. Yeah, you don't have any on money.
I don't think he got any of Bobby Christina's estate. I'm not sure. That would be the only thing that I could say they would. Now, if he don't got any of Bobby Christina's estate, could you please give me an explanation why they would want to clone Bobby Brown when he's 51 years of age now, and he's not really in. You know, I replace. I like, you know, I mean replace. People say clone, but they mean replace. Why they would want to replace Bobby Brown? What could Bobby Brown say at this point in the game? With Whitney gone, with Bobby Christina gone, what's he gonna say that anyone else isn't saying? Oh, the industry's evil. What's gonna make it any more different than Bobby coming out and saying it? Is anybody else saying it? That's my only point. I get what you're saying. All that stuff is a little weird. That the sister said, "Hey, he got hit by a car." And then since then, I haven't seen Bobby dance. Nothing. Right?
Yeah, well, if he got hit by a car, then he wouldn't be dancing.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The point is, they debunked that. They said that's not true. He never got hit by a car. You know, that woman's crazy, pretty much. Nobody's trying to kill him, such and such and such. But they're saying since then, he haven't showed that he didn't get hit by no car.
I have a point. I have a point to make. My only point to make about that is this. All right, we're living in an era now where there's so much information, good, bad, or in between, whether it's correct, incorrect, made up. We're in an information age, right? And a lot of people don't think that these conspiracy theories that circulate the internet aren't getting back to other people. We're not the only people that are watching them and reading them and sometimes indulging them. Sometimes, all right. So don't think that just because Bobby Brown's sister comes out and says something like that means that it's true, because people can always just find a reason to get attention. If you want attention right away, you come out and say some sort of conspiracy theory, and then you will go. If you want to go viral, now I haven't lowered myself to that because I'm not that desperate to go viral. I could have came up with a whole lot of conspiracy theories between just to go viral,
and just stuff to be on the internet that would back it too.
Right, I got a lot of stuff, as you do. We have a lot of information that we learned about a lot of people. We got a lot of stories that we will be discussing on Block TV. Tune in, but on the IE network. But I can easily turn them to conspiracy theories if I wanted to go viral. But I ain't that thirsty to go viral. So don't think that it's just, but what happens is, so that one person that might say, "Oh yeah, he's a clone," or something like that, or he's replaced and whatever. People are going to indulge that, man. Some people are going to feed into it. Some people are going to run with it because they see that is the thing that gets shares and clicks, right? We're living in a world like, share, like and share, comment. That's what people like, but mostly sharing. And one of the 5 main reasons that people share stuff, one of them is, and you can look this up on the internet.
He's giving you free game here.
That's what I'm saying. Now, I'm not even charging you $9.99 like Jay did. I give you free game. One of the 5 main reasons that people share and things get shared is self-validation. Look it up.
Thank you.
And you don't even have to look it up. Just think about it yourself. When's the last time, like when you share stuff, right? If you share something funny to a person, you sitting there waiting for that LOL to come back. If they don't come back with the LOL, you don't feel fulfilled. That's self-validation. You feel you made somebody's day or you enlightened somebody.
And God forbid they say, I gotta post this.
Yeah, I gotta post this. We all do it. We're all guilty of it.
Right. And then you go running to their post to see how many people commented on what they posted because it's yours.
Yep. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if there is a particular order, but I believe that was like number 3 on the top 5 reasons that people share content. Self-validation, period. So it's hard to gauge what's real and what's not when it comes to stuff like that. I will say this, and this is the last thing I'll say on it. I do believe in conspiracy theories. There are, they're called, I believe in conspiracies. Theories are what they are. They're just theories. That's why they're called conspiracy theories. That doesn't mean it's real. It's a theory, right? Just like the freaking, theoretical science and stuff like that. It don't mean nothing. How the world, the Big Bang and all that other stuff, that's a theory. No one has proof of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, anyhow, I believe there are conspiracies. I believe there are things, that are definitely all that stuff. I wouldn't put past people. Them making clones, or if they want to call them clones, replacements, whatever. Even clones, we have the technology to do it. Right. It's just that it's not going to be like snap your finger. There's a clone. It literally has to take time. You're talking about messing with DNA and stuff like that. So. You can actually clone a person, but they use the term clone as a replacement. So they put somebody in that kind of favors the person. And then I guess, I don't know, they get maybe an operation to kind of look like I believe that that's possible. And I believe it's probably happened. I definitely don't believe it happened to Bobby Brown. I mean, not at 50 some odd years old. I just don't believe that. And Bobby Brown, to me, I said Bobby the Brown. It doesn't happen to him. He looks the same to me. I don't know. I mean, just because his gap ain't there, so what? Maybe he decided to fix it. After all these years.
I can fix my teeth.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I believe, conspiracy theories and conspiracies do exist. I believe JFK assassination was a conspiracy. I believe that is true. There's a lot of other conspiracies that I do believe, but there's a lot that I don't. And the quickest way for you to go viral right now in this day and age is to come up with a conspiracy that can be, it's still a theory, but it's something that could be, that's possible. You know what I'm saying? It's all you only have, it's almost like a, what's that thing called? A reasonable doubt. It's like you have that reasonable doubt, like, oh, yeah, it's possible. That's possible. Mm-hmm. If it's possible, people can say they can run with it. So that's what that's where I'm saying. That's all I'm saying about that. And Bobby, you still lying. Totally agree.
But Bobby's still lying. So we're gonna move on to our next topic before we go and go back to the Kim Kardashian thing. I don't know if you had a chance to see it, but a lot of people was talking about it. Did you get a chance to witness this Black is King, Beyonce's visual album with Disney?
No, it was on Disney Plus. I scrolled right by it.
Right.
I scrolled by it and watched Hamilton for a third time. Alex said that
You passed up Beyonce's Black is King to watch a rerun? That's a bad job.
I watched Hamilton about the third time. I'm trying to learn the song.
That goes to show. That goes to show how far Beyonce fell off the map. People are watching. People are watching Hamilton reruns.
Yeah, people watch Hamilton a lot on there. It's been. I'm not the only one. But I did see a couple of images from it when she had the horns on her head, kind of look like the Baphomet type of image. It's the same thing, man. I mean, like even with, like I said, even with the celebrities, some of them are hiding in plain sight. Some of them are being blatant with it. Some of them are using they're using the theory of, you got those other people that say that this is ridiculous, that you think these people are devil worshippers. So what they're doing is using that, saying, well, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and feed into this and throw it out there.
For clout.
Throw it out there, you know what I mean? So, I mean, and like I said, the only person who doesn't really, Jay does it too. You see it in his videos, subliminal stuff.
And he's always throwing the sign up. He does it too.
He does it. You know what I mean? And then he counters. He's the only one who answers it, though. No one else ever says anything about it. So it must bother him because he always he'll say, he said it every other verse, even on a feature, he'll say something like, they can't.
I'm a devil worshiper.
Yeah, they can't stop me. So they put the devil on. Which was a dope verse.
That I didn't say I was a Mason. I said I was a Mason.
That was amazing. Not that I'm a Mason. Well, okay, fine.
But he never comes out and says he's not. Just like in that interview where they said, "So are you in the Illuminati?" And what did he say? I'm in the Black Illuminati, which is actually the Boule. That's actually what the Boule is. So he said right at the, he did not say, because they say you're not supposed to denounce it. So that's why when Beyonce said in that record, people are y'all haters stupid with that Illuminati mess. But she didn't say I'm not in the Illuminati. She just wants them to say, y'all niggas y'all haters are corny.
I can't remember anyone who was ever questioned about it that actually said, I am not in the Illuminati. I've never I don't remember anybody ever questioned.
And you got to wonder why that is.
Yeah, well, they're not allowed to do that. Yeah, that's part of, I mean, if you denounce it, you really denounce it. Like the dude, what's the dude's name who wrote the books and all that stuff? What was his name? John something or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. The guy who used to be in the part of that, and he knew about. He literally denounced it for real. Like when you denounce it, you really are denouncing. You know,
and that's why he disappeared.
Right, yeah, he disappeared so mysteriously. But so yeah, I mean, I didn't watch the Beyonce thing. I mean, I get mixed feelings. You know, I get mixed reviews. You know, all of the Beyonce fans are gonna say it's awesome. It's fantastic.
It's uplifting.
You got the middle.
She really uplifts the Black community. You know, it's the same thing. And then the people who are on the red pill are saying this is a cult symbolism from the moment it comes on. You know, all you have to do is look at her with the Baphomet. Like what do people think that is? Especially now during music, and as much as you've seen, what do people, when she wears the Baphomet, what do people think it is if it's not devil horns? I mean, what is she doing? So to me, there doesn't get any more plain sight than that. It doesn't get any more plain sight than saying, I'm going to plug my period blood with pages of the Bible. I don't think that sounds like someone saved.
Who said
Right?
that?
Beyonce said that.
She said she gonna plug her period blood. Oh my god, I can't even. I don't want to know. Forget I asked. That's just
Beyonce
ridiculous.
said that. Clear
That's
as
just
day on that Lemonade album, Visual again. She said, I plug my menses with pages from the holy book. The menses is her menstrual cycle.
Yeah.
And with pages of the holy book. So she was basically saying she thinks the Bible's bullshit. That's in other words what she's saying. That's what she thinks about. People say, oh, I'll wipe my ass with that such and such. That's basically what she's saying. So I didn't watch it either.
Okay.
That's
one of the reasons why I kind of stopped
of it.
with Jay too.
Yeah, I kind of watched clips of it and whatever. And just so we can touch on it because it is a hot topic, we're gonna touch on it. If you, after hearing her say that, after watching her videos, after watching her throw it up over and over and over and over, after knowing she is involved, that her mother is involved in witchcraft, and her mother's mother was involved in witchcraft, so we know Beyonce's involved in witchcraft. So after seeing that, after hearing what she says, after seeing the symbolism, after the demonic possession, if you still don't believe that, and she's married to the dude who is a disciple of Aleister Crowley, and you can just look up who Aleister Crowley is, who quotes Aleister Crowley, and you can look up who he is. She's married to that guy. If you don't believe that what she is doing is just putting out things to cause mass confusion among her followers, among the masses, then I don't know what else to tell you. So people just wanted me to touch on that. Beyonce to me, I'm just over it. She doesn't show us anything about. She doesn't try to hide who she rolls with, who she's rolling with these days.
Right.
Just check the last time she said "Thank you, Jesus," and get back to me. So you get back. You find the last time she's actually said not God, because Satan is also a god. So don't tell me, oh, she thanks God all the time. Satan was also a god. He's the god of music.
Yeah.
Remember
God of this world too.
Right. He's God of this world. So people, just so I could say I touched on it, maybe when I sit down and watch it in its entirety, I'll have another take on it. But from what I've seen, it's just what Beyonce's become. It's what she's become. She's become the female version of Jay-Z, 33rd degree Masonic wife, which makes her an Eastern Star. So I haven't seen anything different that tells me, that she's uplifting the Black community. If that was the case, there wouldn't be so many African people giving backlash. And most of which she's supposed to be for the African culture, showing us that we all go back to Africa and all our roots trace back to Africa, and we're all kings and queens. She's showing that, but you're showing it using occult symbolism. Yeah. And the Africans are picking up on that. That's why she's getting so much backlash. So if it's so uplifting, right? If it's so uplifting, if it's so positive, why are so many Africans upset?
Yeah.
Just think about that.
It wouldn't be. If it was all on the up and up and all on point, they wouldn't be upset.
Correct. So what we originally started the topic, we're gonna get back to it. And close it out.
So okay. So like we were saying, back to our original topic of why Kim Kardashian is the modern day Marilyn Monroe. So we talked about at the top of the show about a lot of their similarities. It doesn't stop there.
And I mean, Coach, we will give people make sure you put the link in the chat.
Yeah,
I've been scared to hit the chat because the last time we was doing it, I think because we're both under the IE network, I think when I hit the chat last time, I think it kicked you out.
Okay.
So I was scared to hit it this time.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, and you guys, as you know, we're gonna go through and look at and read some of your chats, but I'm gonna put the link in there if you want to jump on and and put your opinion. Also, put your chat in there, and we'll go through some of those too, and run those down. But yeah, let me put the link in here so you have it. In case you guys got something to say, you want to jump on.
Jump on and put in your opinion on what we talked about today, or if you have any other questions that you want us to tackle, we'll do our best to tackle it. We're pretty diverse in what's going on.
Yeah.
So
like I said, so Kim Kardashian's impact on the industry, to me, is the main comparison or similarity to Marilyn Monroe. Now, Marilyn Monroe was someone as a character, not a character, but she really is a caricature. She became, she because Norma Jean, who was the original Marilyn Monroe, before she changed her name to Marilyn Monroe, looked nothing like the way Marilyn Monroe is a caricature.
Hey, we're gonna go. We have to jump in and say, let's play it. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. When you mention that, is the first thing people are gonna say. Kim Kardashian, it's fake. She's got plastic surgery. And a lot of people are under the impression that Marilyn Monroe was just natural.
Oh my!
Well, Marilyn Monroe had probably just as much plastic surgery as Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, maybe more.
She had a breast done. I still believe that beauty mark is fake. Her classic beauty mole, I don't believe is real.
No, I don't think it is either. She don't have it
in
lips done. Old pictures. There's old pictures of her as just Norma Jean, where she didn't have that. So it probably is fake. It probably is fake.
Oh, whether pencil was put there on that wasn't her real hair color. I believe the cheekbones and put the cleft in. So she's had surgery as well. Just because she didn't get her butt done.
Yeah.
Just because she didn't get her butt done.
That wasn't the thing.
That wasn't a thing back then.
It wasn't nobody's thing back then.
And that's another impactful thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and don't get me wrong. We're not saying, oh yeah, it's good to go out and get your ass done. We're not saying that. We're just trying to show you the impact that she had. It's also not good to be dyeing naturally brown hair blonde and keeping it blonde. That ain't good for your hair neither. But we're just showing the impact of Marilyn Monroe.
Here's a picture right here. There's the before and after. So if you look at the before picture, I don't see the mole. The mole's right there. I don't see it here. See? So she had the nose job. Her lips kind of look the same, but man, she may have did something to her lips too. There's that there. Yeah. So I mean, of course, she's also wearing a lot of makeup, as well, because Marilyn Monroe which Kim does. Well, now Kim also. This was before the time of Kim does something called contouring, which basically contouring is giving the illusion of plastic surgery and things like that. You could completely change your face with contouring, and that's just makeup. You can make your nose look bigger, wider, slimmer, all of that. when it comes to contour. Good
And if you
makeup
have
artist.
contouring, right, why would you go and spend money for plastic surgery if you can just use contouring and change the face to what you want it to be?
Right. Exactly. So that's another thing. Kim Kardashian has really, which was a big thing with Marilyn, as far as like Marilyn Monroe was very big on makeup, like with her makeup and stuff. She had a professional makeup, a personal makeup artist, and he was the only person that did her makeup. As a matter of fact, he did her makeup when she died. He did her makeup for her funeral, because
Right.
if you look it up, I'm not going to show it because it's very messed up. I think it's messed up that they published pictures. They published 2 pictures of Marilyn Monroe's body
Oh,
before right after the autopsy or whatever. They I think it was Time magazine, I believe it was, published an uncovered face of Marilyn Monroe
wow.
while she was dead. Very disrespectful, I thought that was. So I'm not even going to
That's
show it.
distasteful.
I think that was just so distasteful and disrespectful.
Right.
But she had her makeup artist. She made him promise her that he would make her up if she died before him, and he did. And she looked like Marilyn Monroe,
Right.
for the funeral. You know what I mean? So she was real big on makeup tips and stuff like that. Kim kind of took it to the next level. Kim, so that's what I'm saying. Kim is doing stuff that people may even think is plastic surgery with her face, that not necessarily is, because of the contour.
Because because I'm gonna be honest with you, and if you can put up a picture, people make a big deal. If you can find a picture of like Kim 2008 and Kim now, right, 2020, whatever, people make a big deal out of it. But to me, when Kim strips her makeup off, to me she just looks like an older version of 2008.
Yeah.
I don't see what people are talking about. Oh, she should have never did that to her face. But when Kim takes her makeup off and she just plain face, to me she just looks like an older version. And I know people hate to hear that, and people say, "Oh, you're just taking up for Kim." I have no reason to take up for anybody. I just take up for the truth. Now, if you want to tell me Chloe did something right, absolutely.
Most
I don't
definitely.
even recognize Chloe anymore.
Yeah. Chloe, you know what? Chloe kind of messes a lot of things up and really kind of hurts the rest of them, because even with Kylie does more of the makeup
even
stuff.
Kylie did too.
Yeah, but what I mean is, like, her makeup stuff is really what changes her face. Because remember, there was a picture of her that was out there where she was going to visit somebody during the pandemic, and she had no makeup on, and she was unrecognizable. That was because she didn't have makeup on. All right, so she does a whole.
The only thing she did surgically lips.
Yeah.
That's it.
But like I said, once again, and I wish, it's funny if I knew we were going to talk about that, but if I knew we were going to branch off into something like this, maybe we'll revisit it. I'm going to bring some makeup artists on, because I know a couple of makeup artists that could really tell you. As a matter of fact, Kristen, who actually plays Bella in our show Groupie, she is a professional makeup artist. And I've seen her, obviously I've seen her in person or whatever. And, she has a, regular moderate size lips. But she can make there's pictures of her where her lips look much thicker, because she can do it, because she knows how to do it. She's a professional makeup artist. So these people don't understand.
We'll get back and revisit that. We don't want to branch too far off the subject, which we had to do. But another thing to debunk is, well, Kim isn't Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe made it off of talent. Kim made it off of sex tape. And the reason I'm going to debunk that is Marilyn Monroe was acting before she blew up. And nobody checked for her.
Yeah.
It wasn't until you say Kim blew off a sex tape. Well, Marilyn Monroe blew up off of the equivalent of a sex tape back then, which was Playboy magazine.
Magazine.
Hugh Hefner spotted Norma Jean and saw her look, and he had a vision in his eyes what to turn her into. And he took nude photos of her and put them in Playboy. And that's when Marilyn Monroe blew up. So she also blew up, of course, of sex, of her sex appeal, because the way she looked. She's acting. She didn't blow up because she was a great actress or a great singer. She blew up because everyone's Hugh Hefner co-signed her and put her in Playboy.
Well, I mean,
so basically the same thing.
Yeah, and Marilyn Monroe made her rise to stardom through the industry. Even after that, I mean, let's be honest, Marilyn Monroe pretty much screwed her way to the top. She was involved with a lot of major players in Hollywood, and what happened was it wasn't until Marilyn Monroe realized that all the roles she was getting was the stupid blonde, she was eye candy and stuff like that. That was the only time she decided to get serious about her acting career, and she went and studied with Lee Strasberg at the Actors Studio, to try to get better with acting. But her last 3 films or whatever didn't do well in the box office because she wasn't a good actor. I mean, Marilyn Monroe could do a few things, but she wasn't good at really any of them. Not really good. She wasn't a good singer. You didn't really see her dance, and she wasn't that good of an actress. Like I said, Marilyn Monroe was just a force. She was a force, and that's what Kim is. You want to say Kim has no talent, like we said before. Kim's talent is she is a force, a driving force of nature when it comes to you talking about her. She's always going to have you talking about it, and that's what Marilyn was, and in the industry. And like I said, she's more of a Hollywood like with the acting and stuff like that, but she wasn't known for all of the, being a good actor.
She's known for beauty. That's the reason why these women all channel Marilyn Monroe. It's not because of the way she acts. You don't see them going out there and trying to remake Marilyn Monroe films. You don't see them out there doing the Marilyn Monroe monologues. No, they're out there copying her look and paying homage to her look. And they've all done it. Beyonce, Mariah Carey, Britney Spears, Madonna, everybody, Ariana Grande, Rihanna, everybody has channeled Marilyn Monroe at some point.
Yeah.
Her look, her sex appeal, her face. That's the person giving face. She's the queen of giving face. So that's where they came up with that term from. Because she was the one who introduced the AEIOU in the you say those are the vowels, and when she takes pictures, when you say A, they take the picture. When you say E, they take the picture. You like to blow. That's the AEIOU of face modeling. Face modeling, like Marilyn Monroe introduced that. So when you give face, he always taught. Just say your vowel. If you don't know how to pose, just say your vowels.
That's how you get those pictures. So
there's some games for you modelers out there.
Yeah, for the models up there. I mean, so once again, another big stereotype, whatever. It's nothing wrong. Honestly, I'm here to tell you, it's nothing wrong for being known for that. You know what I'm saying? Because she changed the game. Marilyn Monroe will be forever remembered because she was such a driving force in the industry. She had to become famous. She had no other. There was no other option for her. She wanted to become famous, and she did what she had to do, and she became famous. that is what she's known for. Everyone knew her, everyone loved her. Like the saying goes, every woman wanted to be her, and every guy wanted to be with her. That's the saying. So fast forward now, how many, decades later, where isn't it fair to say that Kim Kardashian falls in that same category? If we're talking about today's times, like we said, if you go, just go hop on the subway. I dare you. If you live in the tri-state area, be safe, wear your mask. But I'm just saying, hop on the subway, you can see women, just women in Manhattan. Like now is Kim Kardashian has created a look that people are going to go for. You put up Fashion Nova, they all look like Kim Kardashian. And not just Fashion Nova. You go on most of these sites, they got models that look like Kim Kardashian. Well, people understand, if you think about
and again, we're not saying black women are trying to look like Kim Kardashian. We mean more so of the non-black, half Spanish, like biracial, different country, different islands, what's Croatian, whatever the case may be, Albanians.
She kind of,
try to mimic Kim's look.
And now the funny thing is like when Kim Kardashian, it's like the same effect when you ever like when you get a new car, right? Like you never noticed that same type of car was ever on the road before, until you get that car. Now you get the car and it's like, oh, that car looks just like my car. Oh, that car looks just like my car. Now you realize there's a whole bunch of cars out there that look like your car, but now it's more in your face. Kim, that's the effect with Kim. Now I'm starting to see people, like you said, like Albanians and Armenians and all different, even Indians sometimes, depending if they're light skinned. They have that look. Kim has a look that's been around for years. It's just that she made it famous. You know what I'm saying? That's all. She has a look that's been around for years. It's not like she's the only person to look like that. But there's millions of people that look like her. But now they're going to use her techniques with her her makeup techniques, stuff like that. And for as far as Caucasian or non-black, because it definitely doesn't apply to black women, Caucasian women, Kim Kardashian kind of made it popular to have,
a big ass as a white woman.
Big ass as a white girl. It's just that plays. There's other people that have it, but
that had it. Coco, Ice-T's wife. But Kim Kardashian made it so, like, white dudes going back 20 years ago, white dudes didn't like big asses. White dudes did. Let's just keep it a buck. White dudes did not like white girls with big asses. They thought they were fat.
Yeah.
They call them. They want white. That's why they would always call black girls fat, because black girls already had, majority of them had the asses already. But a lot of people would say, well, she's getting ass done because she's culture appropriation or whatever the hell they call it. I always mix that up with appreciation, so I try not to say the word. Appropriation. Doing that to blacks. Well, you have to remember something. There's also a lot of black women out there that are also getting ass.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So let's not just act like it's Kim Kardashian trying to get her ass like a black girl, when there's black women out there are also getting ass surgeries. So it's if all our women were just so natural we didn't need it, there would black women getting ass surgeries. And that is, again, a lot of them, even though women don't want to, a lot of women try to pattern themselves after Kim. Now, again, as far as they're going with the end thing, the internet. the impact she's had on social media. She's pretty much turned social media. She pretty much made her living and her brand off social media.
Yeah.
And for when people saying, "Oh, because of the sex tape," what does the sex tape have to do with social media? You know,
No.
After the sex tape, that sex tape is now over a decade old. So yes, where the sex tape may have been the reason that she got put in the limelight, that sex tape ain't carry Ray J to this type of money. He was also in the tape.
Yeah.
There was also other sex tapes before Kim Kardashian. So if it's only about, oh, anybody can put out a sex tape and do it, well, then why didn't everyone else blow up? Because she was not the one to put out a sex tape. Didn't Pamela Anderson blow up like that? Why didn't Paris Hilton blow up? Why didn't what's the girl with on the curtain rods? It was hanging on the curtain rod. Why didn't she blow up to Kim Kardashian status? And she was hanging on curtain rods.
Yeah, she took
it's about what you do.
She had people busting their ass.
It's about what she did something Kim didn't even do. But it's about what you do.
Curtain rods and falling, not knowing that she was in a hotel, but the curtain rods are forged into the walls. Other people trying to grab curtain rods and fall.
Had people out there busting pulling their curtain rods down out their damn shower.
Yep.
But my thing is, she took an opportunity, and she took something with no talent. All of these influencers, all of them are breaded from Kim Kardashian. All of these YouTube, and that's why they had to come up with names for them. They had to come up with a name for a person that's on Instagram that have 5 million followers, but you don't really know them to do anything. They're not really models. You know, they're Instagram models are now on the internet influencers. That's what Kim Kardashian was. She's the original influencer.
Yeah.
Because all you got to do is look at the numbers. You know, you don't become the most Googled person in the world, the most Googled female in the world for the last 4 years has been Kim Kardashian. More than the first lady.
Yeah.
The first was there now, and the first lady that was there before. So you don't become that person unless you are really, really impactful.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the reason why she is this generation's Marilyn Monroe, known for being famous. That's what she's known for, being famous.
My last point on that is people say, well, she's not talented. She's just famous from being a whore. That's another one that they always say. Well, who was a bigger whore than Marilyn Monroe? I can tell you right now.
You're sleeping with the president that was with the most popular woman in the world, Jackie Onassis. Jackie O was the most popular female in the world. And Marilyn Monroe slept with and stole her husband. Yeah. It don't get no bigger. And she was sleeping with his brother. It don't get no bigger one than that.
Because of that, I went down and I looked up a list of, if you look up a list of, like, say, Kim Kardashian's, ex-boyfriends or whatever you want to call it, right? There's a list.
Interesting point. Run that down.
Yeah, let me see here. Let me
run down the 1 point all of Kim's boyfriends.
Yeah. Okay.
Or
so
all of Kim's sexual partners,
boyfriends, whatever, hookups. So right here we have. This was Access Hollywood that put up their list. Let me just see if, even if they don't have all of them, they'll have most of them. Kim Kardashian dated history. Okay, David Thomas. All right.
Who she married?
Ray J. All right. That's the famous.
She was with for 4 years.
4 years. That's where the sex tape came from. Nick Lachey is Okay, then you
Dated
got
slightly. That's
Nick Cannon. She dated for like a year or two.
who was her boyfriend?
Her boyfriend, 2006 to 2007. There's Reggie Bush, another boyfriend that she was with.
Twice, matter of fact.
Miles Austin.
Another boyfriend.
Here, June to September of 2010, so just for a little while. Here's Gabrielle Aubrey.
More like a hookup.
Hookup, more than likely. There's Chris Humphries, who she married for a little bit. You know? For a little bit. And of course, and then there you go. Then you get the Kanye West. I don't really think that's such a deep history. And then you got a couple of people that they may not have covered that was rumored that you might throw in there.
Rumored, right. So we don't really count those like
but even
like,
if you do count,
I'm not counting that.
I'm saying even if you did count it, it's only like one other person, one or two other people.
Right.
Now let's
jump to
Marilyn.
Wow.
Now let's jump to Marilyn. All right. And like I said, this is not to shame Marilyn either. This is just, just going over the facts. JFK, as we know.
Just to show a point, because
yeah. RFK. So she was also messing with Robert Kennedy. All right. Just there. And let's be known that this is also some facts and some people that she might have been seen with them, or they was rumored because she was seen with them. But a lot of these people, you see her, she's out with them. She's being seen when you see public with them back then.
And when you compare the two, look at the power on the side of
Marilyn. Yeah.
That
she's starting off right
look
there.
At
they started this with JFK
and the
stat. Yeah, you're buffering there, so I don't know if that even came out. What you just said, it was buffering, but yeah, like you were saying, look at the level of power and stardom of the people that all the people that Kim was with the exception of maybe Nick Cannon, maybe Nick Lachey. He was famous before that.
Right. She was more famous
than them. You know what I'm saying? Marilyn, okay, his Ives Montand, he was a French, what was he, the director or something like that? Actor. He was an actor. This guy was a gangster. Sam Giancana reportedly spent her last night alive with this guy. He's a mafia boss. He might have been the one who killed her. No.
Probably.
Spent her last night alive with this dude. All right. His Jose, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He was a singer, I think, too. Or screenwriter, film director. This is what I'm saying. These are the type of people Marilyn always got into. This, and you wonder how she got into all of her movies.
Right.
Screenwriter. Frank Sinatra.
Old blue eyes.
Old blue eyes.
One of the most famous people. If you go on a lot of people's Mount Rushmore, there is gonna have Frank Sinatra on it. Yeah. If you say one of the most famous, who's the 4 most famous singers ever, a lot of people are gonna say Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people are gonna say Frank.
They'll put him up there with Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson. You may hear a lot of people say Diana Ross, Frank Sinatra. Yeah. So he's definitely going to be up there if you could say, name right off the top of your head, name 4 of the most famous singers ever. A lot of people are going to say Frank Sinatra,
especially if they're Italian. Yeah. Marlon Brando. Here's another one. Another very famous person.
Another famous one.
Marlon Brando. Now he's
Marilyn person in Hollywood.
Right. Marilyn was getting with people who were either behind the scenes more powerful than her, or she was getting with people who were just as famous or more famous.
Right. And that could help her get in and out of these movies and these roles.
Yeah. She stayed with Marlon Brando for a while. Here's Arthur Miller. He's another Hollywood person. You know, he's a screenwriter and stuff like that. He was a big Hollywood dude back then. Joan Crawford. They even got a woman on the list.
That's one thing Kim ain't got on her list.
No woman. Now we don't look how we're not even halfway down the list. So, yeah, Joan Crawford right there. This says here a biography of Marilyn Monroe entitled Marilyn Monroe, My Little Secret alleges that some like it hot beauty had an intimate relationship with Joan Crawford. Now, what they that's been documented a couple different times too. Robert Mitchum, another one. He's another actor. Big players. Of course, Joe D. She married him. She married Joe DiMaggio. So, you know, Joe D. He loved her too, man. When she died, he sent like so many flowers to her, and like he did it for like years. Like Joe D sent flowers to her grave every year. He sent dozens of flowers for like 10 years straight, maybe longer than that after she died. Here's Robert Slatzer, who was they were married actually. Or rumor has it they were married. Here's another is he a director as well? Everybody she's getting with. George Sanders, another one. Actor. So you get the idea. Tony Curtis. These are all huge people. Huge people in the industry. Either behind the scenes or in front. Milton Berle, another one. He's a comedian, actor. You know, these are pictures with her and him. Marilyn Monroe was unapologetic about her slutism. And I'm not slut shaming her because do you, girl. Do your thing. There's another one, Milton Berle. Look at this picture with her, Milton Berle holding her. Marilyn was unapologetic about her. That's why she was so unique. She was unapologetic about her sexuality. She was unapologetic about her relationships with people, her entanglements, and things of that nature. She was unapologetic. So that's why she was so unique. Look, I'm still going. Look, you don't went, took a break, came back.
Yeah, we don't even have to continue with that. We always if you want to just scroll up and down. Our point being is I'm just going to be blatantly honest. The reason why people hate Kim Kardashian and worship Marilyn Monroe is because Marilyn Monroe never was publicly seen with a black man.
God. Yeah.
She didn't really publicly mingle with black people. She did behind closed doors.
Right. That was by design too, because she was smart. She knew the era that she lived in. Now, make no mistake, Marilyn Monroe definitely fucked with black people.
Yeah,
she fucked with black people for sure.
But she could not be seen. She know that would blow her cover. If she was ever seen publicly or dating, married, having sex with a black, she would not be worshipped the way she is right now.
Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe was a drug addict. Kim was not. Marilyn Monroe had more sexual partners than Kim had, yet Kim is the whore and Marilyn is worshipped. Why is that? It's because Kim is known mainly for being with black men. That's the reason why black women really fuck with Marilyn Monroe. She didn't mess with none of our men.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, so that's why black women, I know a lot of black women who weren't even around when Marilyn Monroe was, that worship Marilyn Monroe because they never had to compete with her. She didn't mess with black men, so that kept black women feeling good. and it kept white men feeling there's one that black men never got a chance to taint.
Yeah.
And that's why they worship her to this day.
Yeah.
She is one that them naggers never got a chance to touch. Now they don't know whether behind closed doors. I heard a couple of things that she was smashing a black dude behind closed doors. But as long as it don't make it to the public, they're always going to consider her as she did not like black men. And Kim, if Kim Kardashian was doing what she is right now, made or turn a lemon to lemonade, if she was and have 200 million followers on social media, making money hand over fist, turned her brand into $1 billion brand. If she was doing that all this time with a white man on her arm, she would be worshipped.
Yeah,
she would be worshipped in Hollywood.
And I wish I could tell Kim Kardashian to, but she wouldn't do it because she, that would just be kind of messed up. But if Kim Kardashian was to ever do a social experiment and go on her show and say, I'm no longer dating black guys, I'm gonna try to date white guys from this point on, I guarantee you, she's already popular. Her popularity will shoot through the roof.
Yeah,
because at that point, because it's just this plain and simple. And this has been this way for years. And it's not just, I'm not just saying white guys, because it happens on the other side too. It happens with black people too, because you see a lot of black guys. If matter of fact, I know I was just talking to an actress a few days ago who said that she prefers white guys, and the other guys that was in the room, were black guys, and they were like, what? She's a black woman, and she said she preferred to date white men. And she's like, no particular reason. She just always did. And they're like, oh, they're giving her all of this shit. And I'm like, bruh, you can't, you can't get mad if that's what she wants, if that's what she likes. And she didn't say any particular reason. She just said, I just do. That just ends up being my taste. I end up dating white guys a lot. You hear it all the time, and then they get mad. So it happens on both ends. So I'm not saying just white guys get mad, but what happens is that person now becomes less attractive to you because you know that she's not attracted to your type. You know what I'm saying? It's that plain simple. So that's it.
We're closing on 2 hours.
Yeah, we're gonna close it out.
Anybody wants to come on really quickly, make any points on any of the topics that we discussed?
Well, here, I'm gonna throw some up here. Angel Face, she says, I think people are so obsessed with Beyonce that they can't see anything wrong in what she does. Okay?
And Angel Face, and shout out to Angel Face, one of my heavy hitters. An Angel Face does have an angel face too.
Yeah.
That's beside the point. I agree. Beyonce is a very influential person, and she uses that. I mean, they had a church service after, for Christ's sakes. So people are blinded by what she does. I totally agree. That's a good point. What about anything else up there?
Let's see. Who else is put something out there? Okay, this is Jimmy Ace. What up, Jimmy Ace? Said, let's not forget that she was killed. So that's probably why that picture of her dead was taken. Yeah, he's talking about Marilyn. Of course, we know Marilyn Monroe was. It was made to look like a suicide. See, we talk about conspiracy theories again. That's a big conspiracy theory that Marilyn Monroe was suicided,
killed by the CIA.
She was suicided.
Because a lot of people said that mafia guy killed her as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about it. She knew she was that fly on the wall that knew too much. Right. I mean, she was sleeping with the president. She had national security secrets probably just from pillow talk.
Yeah.
So that's a good point, Jimmy Ace. Let's see. Joseph Tanner said that he really don't think Kim Kardashian is like Marilyn Monroe because her Kardashian family and Kanye West are crazy. All right.
I mean, I understand, but I don't think that's not the point we're trying to make.
That's not the point we're trying to make. Which,
a lot of people would think Marilyn Monroe was crazy as well. But
yeah, exactly.
I think what we're trying to say as far as her impact and her come up, through Hollywood. Is what we're focusing more on. What else you got?
We think that it's very hypocritical that you would that most people would say that Marilyn Monroe was such a coveted person, and they talk about how much of a whore. That's why we just debunked how much of a so-called whore Kim Kardashian is, whereas Marilyn Monroe, we had to cut it off. Well, I was still scrolling when you said, "Hey, let it go." I was still scrolling. We up on 2 hours. We called So let's not go there.
Anything else? Does anybody want to come on? We can pick this up another time. Anybody want to come on?
Yeah.
We've been on here 2 hours. You guys don't want to. Nobody wants to add in anything.
Yeah.
Any more points out there?
That's pretty much it. I think this was a comment based on the Beyonce thing. They said it's dark and it's not worth watching. Same bullshit. So I think that's a comment that was
probably about Beyonce. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. I do hear those comments for a lot of people, except Beyonce fans, of course.
Here's someone else. That's Shay Million says, Bobby Brown's sister spoke a lot of truth on her Facebook. She didn't say her brother was replaced, just he is not the same. Okay, good point.
And Sharice, I know what you're talking about. And yes, his sister never said it. But what I'm saying is, I have like followers of the page like that sending me so like, oh man, I hope y'all talk about Bobby Brown being a clone. So no, where his sister never said it, a lot of the followers have said it.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I don't see really anything else. But yeah, you guys, there's a lot of comments in here, but they're kind of just commenting with like as we were doing our commentary talking.
Okay.
Yeah, at least it says Bobby is a storyteller. Storyteller. Yeah. So all right, that's cool. But anyway, I think we've put enough evidence to prove our point. That
broke it down good enough, y'all, and y'all know it.
We did. And if Kim isn't, then who is? What we pointed out about the impact she's made on pop culture, as far as image and look and stuff like that. Let's be honest.
It's the same impact Marilyn made.
Yeah, same impact. She's just as famous. Everybody knows her. She's just by these standards, she's just as famous. Everyone knew Marilyn Monroe. She was on the front cover of every magazine, every paper. You knew the name. Same thing with her, except you could like with the Google. You take the Google stats. She's the most Googled person, so obviously everybody knows her.
Right.
So that's it. That's what's up. And I think that's
both
it. Nobody
came up
else.
The same way. Both met off of their sex, of their beauty. They both have had done enhancements to their face and body. They've both been with multiple men. They're both beautiful. They both have their look has impacted their generation. Yeah. So
and they're both smarter.
When you put all that together in one big bowl, you come up with Kim Kardashian, this generation's Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, they're both smarter than what people give them credit for.
Exactly.
That's it.
Now I'll leave you with that. Marilyn Monroe once said that anybody can sell someone a product, but it takes a genius to sell the world themselves. Mm-hmm. And that came out of her mouth. Mm-hmm. So it takes a genius, and now think about that. Let that roll that around your mouth. Anybody can sell someone a product. All you got to do is be a good liar and a good salesman, and you can sell somebody anything. But it takes a genius to sell someone yourself.
Yeah.
When you're not singing or dancing.
It's true. Perfect.
I said good night on that note.
With that. All right. Peace, y'all. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining, y'all, man. Make sure you follow Wes's show, the Real Talk on Mondays nights. You can check me out. He followed me. He's on Twitter now, finally. Make sure you follow the IE Network on Instagram. Follow his page, Wes Clark Director, on the Director on Instagram, and I'm Heaven Hollywood on Instagram and everywhere. And thank y'all for coming out, man.
Peace out, y'all.
See you
Thanks
around.
again.